go, baby! We're off.
G'day everyone and welcome to the first episode of the How It's Going podcast, where we talk about all things going and how it is. My name is Braden and I'm with my co-host Jai, and I guess we'll talk about why we're doing it briefly. We've been talking about it for a couple of years and we just thought, fuck it, why not? We seem to entertain ourselves and maybe make someone's day a little bit better by listening to us, and hopefully some of you find us at least half funny.
Yeah. No, and too right, Braden. Mate, looks like Christmas is coming a little bit early because we know this was in the pipeline for a little bit, but to get this out before New Year's will be a good thing for the audience, so it'll be good.
Yeah, well, I've got some people pestering me about it too, so I reckon it better be sooner we get it out the better, so they can
sooner we can let these bastards down.
They just leave me the fuck alone. So week recap. What's been going on? How you been,
mate? Work pretty busy coming up to the end of the new year. Not really much notable events happening outside of work, but I know both you and I had our Christmas parties both on Friday. I know that you call it a work breakup down in Victoria, which I don't know why they do that, but it's a Christmas party.
No, it wasn't very Christmassy.
Yeah. Well, mate, what did you get up to?
I went paintballing actually, which I want to get into a little bit. It's kind of a question, but watching people scramble when they get a shot and they don't know where it's coming from, why is that so fucking funny? like basically,
it's just watching a helpless grown man.
That's what I was going to say, the exact same thing. Watching someone just genuinely helpless getting shot and you're just scrambling and it's a grown man and you I don't know, why is it so satisfying? Is it like it's got to be something sick in your head, but it's in everyone's head, so it can't be that sick, you know what I mean?
Mate, I haven't been paintballing for a long while, but God, I can remember it.
I'll tell you, me and another mate of mine, Tommy, shout out. He, we had this other bloke, a subby for us, is our mate, he's a good dude, Max. It was a free-for-all in the last round, and we had him basically cornered, and he was running in circles, and every time he popped out one side, Tommy would light him up, and every time he came around and popped out my side, I would just pepper him, and he did about 3 laps of this fucking thing, getting absolutely peppered. And man, bro, we couldn't stop laughing for the next 5 minutes, I reckon. There's something about it. Oh man, I don't know if it gets me off, but I reckon it's pretty close.
It's up there.
What about you? Anything exciting happened on your breakup? Oh, mate, sorry, hang on. Hold that. Anything exciting happened on your Christmas party?
Yeah, thanks for the correction. Mate, look, so I'm back on the horse. Well, probably off one horse, back onto the other one. So I'm back on the John Beers.
Yes.
And we can... I'm going to probably plead the fifth for most of the events that happen on the Friday because they can stay unsaid. But I do have kind of a weird little, and again, probably like yourself, a bit away from the Christmas party, so to speak. But both Brianna, my partner, and I stayed at a mate's house, which will remain unnamed while I find out whether I'm guilty of said acts or not.
Mm-hmm. Wise choice.
Yeah, so woke up rather seedy after 10 so weeks of not having a beer into about 1,000. I've woken up at 7, spewed my guts up, had a 45-minute shower, used, when you're in like someone else's shower and you check out the products and you see what they've got and the soaps and stuff like that.
100%. Yeah. And what's with people like having fuck all in their shower too? We can get to that later, but like when they're like, oh yeah, jump in the shower, and it's like, no dramas, thanks for just I just wash myself with warm water.
Yeah, thanks for the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've helped myself to products and whatnot. I've had a shower for probably way longer than I need to, crawled back into bed, and then so be it. Later on that night, we've caught up with another one of my mates, and I yelled out to Bree, "Hey Bree, how good was that soap we used this morning. She goes, which one? The Johnson & Johnson? I said, no, the bar. And she goes, you use their bar of soap? And I said, of course I use their bar of soap. It's soap. And then they were up in arms because you're not meant to use someone else's bar of soap, which I thought, well, soap is soap. It's not like it gets dirty.
I understand what you're saying completely. I couldn't give a rat's fuck whose bar of soap I use. It's soap. What? Isn't it? It's like a disinfectant, right? Like, isn't that the point of using soap?
I was baffled. I just thought I couldn't go wrong, and this soap was unreal. Like I was. So and
was it
the dilemma I'm facing now?
Was it imperial leather?
No, it was like it.
That's just a soap I know.
Well, you know what? Because you agree with me, it was Joe Tilsley's house.
Fucking Joe.
And fucking Joe. Fucking Joe and his nice smelling soap. Anyway, it was one of those like they got it from the market or somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those the little niche ones in Coogee. But this thing was nice, and but now I feel weird about asking where they got it from because I don't want him to know that my balls may or may not have been on his bloody bar of soap. But I didn't.
No, don't be embarrassed by it. Just embrace it. Honestly, I think they should be embarrassed by even saying it's strange.
Yeah, well, I think it's more Bree's fault than anyone, but we'll get back to that later.
No, I'm all about it. Like, honestly, a bar of soap could pop right out of someone's butthole, and as long as I give that a rinse and I take the top layer off, I'm all sweet to use it. I'll use it all over my body. I'll
tell you what it is. It's just the suds. As long as there's no suds on it, if that makes sense, like the bubbles, is it? As long as they're washed off, then we're sweet.
Oh, yeah. Like you know that it dried after being off someone straight away. Yeah. You just wash it in your hands. You wash your hands first with the bar, and then you go to town. But yeah, I reckon it's all good. Go for it.
All right, I'm glad we cleared that up. I reckon
we'll wrap it up too.
Oh. Well, mate, look, it's probably ode to our audience, whoever that is, whether that be 3 people or 20, to kind of give us a bit of background of who we are, how we met. There's probably I guess I'll start. You're better at telling stories than me, mate, but I'll give it a good crack. A few years ago, both myself and my partner Brianna were overseas on a top deck tour, so we met a bit of Bree's family over in London. Went on a 17-day tour, and we crossed paths with this other couple. And look, I'm sure Braden will agree with me, but I hated Braden's guts when I first saw him. He had that this aura of just dickhead, and
100%. I get that a lot.
It was and to the listeners, I know it's like when you see someone down the street and you just kind of go, yeah, I wouldn't get along with that bloke. It was one of those things.
Yeah.
But I think it was weirdly mutual because I think he had the same 2 cents back to me.
Well, the way I saw it is we all had a group chat before we met up for this tour, right? And if there's any Jais that are listening, no offense, but you got a scum name. And I just knew when this fuckwit Jai commented the same age as me. We were both 21. And this dude's commenting like, can't wait to see everyone. And I was like, just shut up, you fuckhead. I know you're a scumbag. And I know it from now. Yeah, judgmental, call it what you want. But yeah, I was going in there with pretty closed mind about this bloke over
pretty low expectations.
Pretty low, yeah, that's it. Yeah, low expectations. I wasn't expecting much from him. But continue on. So we met in 2017 December. We did a winter tour. We went to 7 countries in 14 days, and it was a good time. And our first night together, we met in London. We went over to Paris, and our first night together, we went to a burlesque show. So we met up. We went out for dinner. We had a few beers. We had a good time. And I thought, actually, this bloke's fucking not too bad. Once we started talking, we kind of gelled and we fucking kicked it off, and we're still kicking it off. Like, I guess we hate the look of each other's face still, but that's given.
It's not going to change.
Man's not getting any fucking better looking. And but yeah, we went to this burlesque show, and Jai got absolutely fucking shanghaied. Like, it was fucking gold. They've taken us in there. And they've given us a choice of wine or two beers. And most people went the wine, but it was fucking trash, so they didn't enjoy it. And Jai's just going, "Oh, you're not going to drink that? Flick him right over here." So he's gone to these waiters, going, "Hey, can you bring over basically 6 litres of orange juice?" And he's going, a wine orange juice fucking combination the whole night. He writes himself off. Halfway through the night, he goes to take he goes to the toilet. He takes a fucking nap. He passes out in the cubicle on the toilet. His poor partner Bree has to go searching for him. And she tracks him down. She has to go into the male toilet in a foreign country she's never been before on the first night of our group tour. And she has to track him down in the dude's toilet, drag his fat ass out of there, and fucking that's just how I knew that this guy's a good bloke.
And just to add some value to that situation, like I walked into that bathroom with no other agenda but to go to sleep. There was no nature calling. Shit. There was no nothing. It was I need to take 5, and God did not take 5 until I heard Bree's voice go, Jai, you in there?
I think that was the moment where I knew, this bloke's alright. And I think a turning point for Jai might have been when I was sitting at the table and I was busting for a slash, and I had 2 beers in front of me, and I stood up in a hurry. I don't know why. Like, make this chill out to go to the toilet. And I've basically tipped the table. All the drinks have fallen over, and they've gone over. This Sheila that was on our group, they went all over her lap, and I've just gone, "I'm sorry, I don't have time for this." I just got up and run off to the toilet, and Josh just got there with his mouth open. He goes, "What the fuck was that? Like, who just does that?" And this chick's going, she doesn't even know me, and she's going, "What a fucking asshole."
That's more easy to just fend for you when you go to the bar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my partner Izzy had to she had to deal with that one, clean up the mess, and leave it. Oh fuck!
Well,
that was
I hope that gives.
There's plenty more shenanigans.
Yeah. I hope that gives a little bit of background. And look, I guess we'll go back and add some stories on the way. Probably again, I'm currently living in Sydney while Braden's down in the Peninsula area, so to speak. So we don't get to see each other too often. So
yeah, that's it. So Sydney and Melbourne, we're doing this over video chat, and hopefully it fucking. It's not too bad. Alright, so let's go into it. News you haven't heard of. Why don't you take this one away for us, Joe?
Righto. Well, I get these stories off an Instagram thread, which I'm not going to share with you because then we're going to be competing. But it's a funnily enough a American story.
Yep.
A 59-year-old woman dumps 50 pounds of human feces at her local police station. That is, and so I read into it.
Yeah.
Continue. So she was seen in a full hazmat suit, getting out of like a pickup truck, with like 10-gallon drums, just piling them in front of the police station. And as the cops walked out to say, "Hey, what's that?" she yelled shit and drove away.
Would you reckon it was a shit as in there's shit in this, or is it a shit as in shit I've been caught?
I don't know, but there was 50 pounds of shit in it.
I'm tipping it was probably the shit in the drums.
So, and look, you go, yeah, America, there's a lot of shit happening all the time, but in terms of what possesses, like, I think what gets me is the collection process of 50 pounds of shit.
How much do you really think? How many shits do you think 50 pounds is?
I reckon 2 to 3 shits per pound.
You reckon? Because what's a pound? A pound, like, what's that? 30 kilos.
2.2 pounds for a kilo, I think. So
30 kilos of shit.
No, I reckon
25.
What?
Is my maths right there?
Yeah.
We'll just say 25 kilos of shit.
Yeah, alright, so even if you say 2 shits a pound, that's still quite a collection process.
Yeah, and it's 2 shits a pound, so you've probably got a couple of months. If you're doing the daily shit.
And then the only thing that, like, she's obviously come prepared. So the only other thing is if she runs like a Portaloo company, and then she's just dumped the shit at the police station. But there was no reason why she copped a $2,000 fine. Like, it's all done. Like, she made
so she copped the fine from the shit dumping.
Yeah,
I guess you got to cop something. You can't just go dump shit.
Yeah, no, and it was just purely because it was an illegal dumping. Yeah. Like, that's what they got it for, like an illegal dumping bar.
They're just giving her the max because, like, like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? It's probably not going to end up.
Yeah, quite an interesting situation to be in, I think, there.
Hey, I say good on her. I mean, I don't know why, but like, just plainly on dedication. Yeah. Like, I don't know if she doesn't own a company, which I think is way more impressive, and she's just literally collected a couple of months worth of shit with the sole purpose to dump it at a police station. I don't know what they've done to her. Maybe speeding tickets or something. I guarantee it'll be trivial. I think, hey, props to her. Good on her. She's 50 years old, and honestly, level of maturity is probably still pretty low. But fucking. If she can carry that on, she's made it this far, she'll continue on. Good on her.
Yeah.
Alright, I got one here for you. How's this for a fucking headline? It's got to be America again. Ripped squirrel with 6-pack and huge nutsack shocks dog walker. What the fuck's up with that? Just on the quality of headline alone, you don't even need to know more. You know what I mean? That's enough.
I don't know about you, but all I did was imagine the shocked look on the dog walker's face.
Just
the dumbfounded look.
You know what's the best thing? There's the picture of the squirrel, and it's genuinely got a 6-pack and a giant set of. It's got a giant sack.
Show me this picture.
Have a look at this bad boy. You see that?
That boy is packing.
That dude's packing. I was going to say, is he on the peds? But obviously not, because he's got the size of a sack on him. She just imagine walking your dog and seeing the fucking jacked squirrel. He's just fucking. I don't know why he's even standing up straight. He's just got the torso of a middle-aged bodybuilder. And then
the Jack kangaroo just staring you down.
That's insane. And so the headline itself is just fucking hilarious. Ripped squirrel with 6-pack and huge nutsack. And they've even made it rhyme.
It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so crude, but it's so necessary that we know about the nutsack size.
Like, the actual story itself, is it newsworthy? Probably not. Am I happy? Am I happy that it made it? Yeah, fucking oath. Is a squirrel on performance enhancers? Probably not. But also, do you think that squirrel is the leader of the park? Like the alpha? And I'm not talking about just in the squirrel realm. I'm talking about out of every animal in that park.
So like that. So beyond the dog walker, like that like French bulldog stopped and said, "Nah, I'm not fucking with that squirrel."
Yeah, if we're talking about that whole park wildlife, do you reckon that squirrel gets fucked with by anyone else?
No,
I'm talking stray cats, stray dogs. I don't know. It's America, maybe fucking bears. Do you reckon anyone's coming up to that squirrel and giving it a hard time?
He's unfuckwittable.
100%, I doubt it. I reckon he owns that park, and I reckon that's why he was standing like that too, staring down fucking humans. Because he ain't not scared of anyone. Oh shit. Alright, I'll take it away. So, this segment, what gives you the ick? Which, I'm sort of just going to replace it with, I don't really understand icks that well, obviously. So I'm just going to kind of say, what gives me the shits? So, ick is good, but for me, this one just kind of gives me the shits. I wouldn't call it an ick. But people playing music or anything out loud on public transport.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You pull your fucking head in. Like,
you messaged me when this happened. You said it was a phone conversation, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we were messaging and some Sheila. Well, I mean, that was one of the times. But some Sheila was on the phone next to me, just yapping away. Like, obnoxiously the whole time in a crowded train. I'm
like everyone cares about what they're talking about.
yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, the worst is that, like, that's bad, but the worst is people listening to fucking music. Like some fuckwits popping off in the club while you're trying to just have a quiet commute and read your book. Like,
do you mean like they're just smashing it that loud to their headphones that you can hear it, or they're playing?
No. No, I'm talking out loud.
Oh.
Like they've gone, nah, I'm not buying headphones. I refuse to, and I'm just gonna fucking play this out loud, and I don't give a rat's fuck. Like, hey, good on you for not giving a fuck, but also fuck you. Have some courtesy.
My money's on like concrete labourer or scaffolder.
It's normally little fuckwit kids, like teenagers.
Aren't they all the same? Isn't that the three of those all the same?
On the phone is always seems to be middle-aged women, and those little fuckwits that play their music is teenagers.
Or foreign man.
Yeah, I would say foreign people.
Mm-hmm. I'll allow it.
I think we're allowed to say that, aren't we? I don't think calling people foreign is racist. I think that's allowed.
I also don't think the three listeners are going to cancel us before they've heard us.
Oh yeah, those racist fucks. Didn't realise foreigners went real. You're racist for even thinking like that.
Yeah, that's the news headline next week. 2 unknown podcasters get cancelled before first episode.
How dare they? Oh shit.
Right,
anyway,
so,
that's mine. But yeah,
I'll bring it back with an ick, and I think it was an ick for me, but it was more like a second-hand embarrassment type situation. But I also saw the faces of every woman around me, and I knew what they were feeling. So I'll start with the story. The other day I saw a grown-ass man try to beat the red flashing man to walk across the road. And he, lack of a better description, Naruto ran across the road, like hands directly backwards by his side, like torso forwards, and powered across the road.
yeah, I'm familiar.
Body description of this guy looks exactly like you think a software developer would. And
Soft.
Yeah, soft. Like
a soft, squishy body.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to go into the other characteristics. You've nailed it. And that real
Picked it straight away.
seedy, like patchy beard. And I was dumbfounded. And I think it was the ability. Like, no one's got an excuse not to know how to run properly. I believe that. Like, I don't care what you've been through. You don't run like that.
Everyone grew up running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone ran as a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And what did he just digress? Like, did he get to a situation where he got to a situation where all he did was sit in front of a computer and watch Naruto, and now he's like, I run like that now.
Yeah.
As a full grown adult.
Have you not run for so long? You've forgotten how to do it. Because it's like, I don't know if you just forget how to move your legs.
Like, what was that anime I watched the other day? Oh yeah, bang.
Oh yeah, that guy's super fast. That must be how you do it.
Yeah. So, like, I was dumbfounded for a bit, but then, like, obviously I paid attention to what was happening around me, and to say I was the only one not impressed would be an understatement.
Do you think that there could have been some mental deficiencies at play?
Look, let's not push the boundaries of 2 cancellations and 2. But look, I'm not going to assume, but I still don't think it's okay.
Yeah, I think it might have been safe to assume. Oh shit. I don't think at any time. And scrap the mental deficiencies. I don't think any time a grown man should ever run like that. Even if you have a soft Donald Trump sort of body.
No. Unless you look like Naruto on Halloween night, you're not running like Naruto ever.
Was he staring down straight at the ground?
No, he looked up, saw that he was running out of time, and then proceeded to run across the road. Like, you know how, like, most other people would just pick up the pace of their walk and kind of look for the traffic. It was red man, and then down.
It's a proper freak out. It's like, if I don't leg it now, I'll never make it. Do or die. What's next?
Shit meat eaters say. And or do.
And or do. Oh, yeah, I haven't thought of any do's, but I got shit meat eaters say. So everyone's always talking about, shit vegans say, shit vegos say, and yeah, you're right. It can be annoying.
Yeah, well,
but I find
to be fair, and sorry to interrupt, your misso was one of those annoying people for a little bit. We started off on the wrong foot.
So yeah, well, for context, Izzy was a veggie for 8 years. She's not anymore.
And Joe's a hardcore meat eater. I love meat, baby.
Yes, Joe. Well, yeah. He's a hardcore meat eater. Izzy was a veggie for 8 years, but I found that every time we went out with Izzy, she would kind of keep it to herself, but every other fucking meat eater out there would have to bring it up or comment on it. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something meat eaters say is when a veggie orders a meal, or do you know how many plants had to die for you to eat that? Like, fuck up. Like, yeah, I get what you're trying to be funny, but when every fuckwit's saying it, it's not funny. And I'm a meat eater too, but I don't know if I can say that because it's such a fuckwit thing to say. And if you catch yourself saying that, fucking grow up.
And if you insert the normal veggie response in between that of like, ooh, at least I'm not killing animals, the typical meat eater response would then be, they were bred to be killed.
Or they go, oh, you've always got to shove it down our face, don't you? You brought it up, you fucking.
I'm not the one killing them.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, that's probably worse.
I just paid for it.
Yeah. It's just in a packet, mate. I'm not a murderer. You're just a pussy. Yeah, if we don't eat all the cows, they'll overpopulate us. That's not how it works.
Yes, because we're just going to keep mass producing them, and when we're not killing them.
Yeah, they already overpopulate us, you fucking moron. Funny shit. Don't fact check me on that. Actually, that might be wrong. But well, do fact check me because I don't know if they do, but I reckon there's a lot of cows out there.
The old three words. I hate vegans.
Yeah. I just fucking hate them.
I just hate vegans. It just doesn't make sense. What are they doing?
That is so true. They're always talking about how much vegans talk about being a vegan.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh, you're talking about vegans more than they are. You're like fucking obsessed with them.
You're the one giving them publicity.
Yeah. So true. Oh, shit.
Okay, so Brayden, I was going through the old Bluebird the other day, Twitter. And a big YouTuber. Have you heard of Mr Beast? The guy that...
Yeah, I'm familiar with Mr Beast. I live with two nephews, and one of them is just a YouTube fiend, bro. Yeah. And it's, to be honest, I don't mind Mr Beast myself. Actually, it's pretty cool.
And just giving out bulk money for nothing.
Bro, like how do you... oh man, I want to go on one of these videos so bad. It's like, oh, hold your hand on this car for an hour and you win it. And I'm like, okay, motherfucker, I'll do it for a week.
And then the poor fuckers have to go pay tax in it because they live in America.
Yeah, or they piss and moan that they even have to have their hand on there for an hour. It gets like 45 minutes and like, oh, this is so tiring. It's like, where do you find these fucking people? Oh, so anyway, carry on.
So, he put up I'd call it semi-controversial question, and it reads: if someone offered you $10,000, but if you take it, a random person on Earth dies, would you take the 10,000?
That's not that much money.
It's not, but I'm still taking the money.
Oh, you're committed. You know, you've thought about. Oh, you've obviously thought about it.
People die all the time, man.
That's true. Is it? Does he tell you what country they're dying? Oh, that sounds bad. Does he tell
No,
you?
it's just random. But if it helps at all, 55% of the people, and I don't know the sample size here, but 55% said yes, with the 45 remaining saying no. So it's pretty tight.
That is tight, yeah.
But I'm taking the money.
What if it was like your mum or something? Boom, dead. 10 grand?
Yeah, but I don't know that.
I guess you got a 1 in 8 billion chance. Unlikely, yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, and is it like, it's not like it comes with a certificate saying said person died because you took $10,000.
I reckon it'd play pretty hard on your conscience. Like, you've just killed someone. Think about it. For 10 grand.
Yeah.
You're like, I mean, I get you didn't do them. Then we can go back to the, I don't kill the animals. They just come in a fucking packet.
Yeah, but if that's what I'm willing to do with the animals, then what's 10 grand going to do for me?
How many times would you do it?
As many times as I could.
Unlimited times. Get me to $100 million, then I'll think about stopping.
Until I've got Mr Beast money, I don't want to hear about it.
Don't tell me what you're doing. Just keep the briefcases coming in. Hey, look, I reckon I might try it once. I might dip my feet in the waters.
What, dabble?
Yeah, I might dabble. I might see where that 10 grand gets me, and I might see how my conscience feels after like a week, and if it feels okay, I'll do it again.
Well, we've had two semi-controversial things. Probably this one being the heavier of the two, but I'm glad to see that we're both on the same page.
Yeah, 100%. No, I think that's sweet. Yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, no, I don't think it's sweet. But I think if the money is in front of me, and they said, if they could say, hey, if they said you don't know the person, no, yeah, unlimited times.
Mm.
Yeah, as I said, this won't affect you directly. I'll go, okay. That's fine.
It's just great ROI. If I'm given nothing, I'm getting heaps. Someone else cops it, but that's not my problem.
Explain ROI for the fans.
Return on interest.
Business, yes, agreed. Team. Yeah, by fans I mean I.
The boat builder.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Simple minds, baby. Simple minds. Just give me the cash.
Alrighty. Well, I think that'll probably wrap us up. Unless you've got anything else. Have you got anything else to send off to people?
No, I think we're sweet. I think that might wrap us up for tonight. All I can say is to the couple of people that might be listening, tell your friends about us, like us on the socials. If you do, we got socials up, don't we?
Yeah, we got socials.
Yeah.
We've got Instagram, and we've got a TikTok just in case we start getting jiggy with the videos.
Perfect. Yeah, give us a like, follow, whatever, and hopefully you enjoyed some of this at least. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and we'll get better. We'll get better.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is the first episode. Give us a chance.
We'll be in the gym. We'll be training.
Yeah, we'll be training. I'll be training.
How's that sound quality though? How's that sound quality? I'm telling you.
That was terrible. I wouldn't have done that. Anyway.
Shout out to our non-sponsors, Road.
Yeah, cheers, Road.
Just before we go, I'm quite happy to sell out to anyone. You pay me to say anything on here, I'll say it.
Yeah, to anyone. Palm oil. If any palm oil companies, something like that. No dramas.
Palm oil.
That's just the first one that came to my mind. That I was like, you know what? If you want me to do it, I'll do it.
And if you're in a business that's like a bit dodgy too, but you need some kind of publicity, you let me know. If I'm getting paid, it doesn't bother me.
We'll make it seem.
I can't speak for. Yeah.
We can make it seem official. We can make it seem official.
I'll put a jingle to that shit.
Yeah, we'll go above and beyond for whatever you're doing to make it seem legit.
Yeah.
And anyway, put you out there. So.
Hashtag not a sellout.
Hashtag I'll sell out. Anyway, stay fresh. See you next week.
Catches.
So I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.